In a vast landscape full of adventurers, you are now listening to the world of chaotic amateurs.
Welcome to Chaotic Amateurs, the internet's #1 D&D 5e play podcast. I'm your host and DM, Alex. With me, I have...
Dash is Thrakis Wolfsbane.
Bentley is Rafirian Night Meadow.
Brett as Arthur Magnus.
Caleb is Scory Telbrun.
And Milo is Bull. And last we left our adventurers, they were exploring the wastes and happened upon an old battlefield where they encountered a number of Warforged, one taking a circlet from Ball's head and transforming into some sort of Warforged beast. Let the adventure begin. And with this Warforged just pulling the circlet off of your head, Ball, and this kind of spectral hyena just evaporating off of them, they take on the mannerisms of a hyena and are growling and cackling, and you see the other Warforged on the sides doing a similar thing. I'm going to have everyone roll initiative for me, please.
Hey.
Because they look like they have blood in their eyes.
Hey.
I'm gonna start rolling Arthur's dice every time. I'm just count on Duroc to save me, but he just can't do it anymore. God damn it!
I got. That's what we were looking for. All right.
I got 11.
11 for Ball or
plus
Wolf.
3.
Riff.
17.
17. Ball. 8.
Thank God.
Scory.
15.
15. And Arthur.
10.
10. And now I need to buy a cent. Nope, that's the wrong way. Descending. There we go. Okay, we've got the turn order tracker. Look at this thing, so fancy. So to start off, we have Rafirian Night Meadow.
Yeah.
You are going first. You see this thing just kind of transform into its bestial form. It still looks like a Warforged, but it's taking on the mannerisms. You see some of its like arms have like refigured themselves to be longer and more hyena-like.
Okay. I would have. I want to ready double chucks because they haven't attacked yet. But the second that they start to attack, I'm double chucking, and I will say to it, "Are you friend or foe? You with the circlet thing on your head." Rafirian Night Meadow, Shadow of the Silver Song, Shadow Monk of the Age, of course. You know this.
It's just cackling like a hyena at Ball.
Okay, that doesn't sound great.
They're baddies. They're baddies.
Are we sure, though? Maybe he's just misunderstood. Yeah, I'll just have my, the second that, like, he comes forward to attack, then I'll unleash my chucks, but I'm not going to attack first because he hasn't done anything yet.
Okay. So, yeah, you're just going to ready an action to attack anything that gets
Shadow
within
chucks.
your range. Shadow Chucks. Do you want to cast Shadow Chucks?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, you use your bonus action to cast Shadow Chucks, and then your action to prepare an action to attack anything.
Yep.
Is that where you want to stay right there? Or do you want to move
yeah, because, again, like, I'm not trying to make the first let's start a war move because they haven't done anything yet, so I'm just sort of letting them... We're all in a standoff here, but let's all be cool.
And then Gallendale is there as well, just kind of, they just keep a wide berth from these things, but are keeping an eye on. They may do the same thing if you choose to attack.
Take notes on all of this stuff.
Next up is the Warforged with the circlet on it, which I have called a Warforged Scion. So that's what I'm going to continue to call it.
That's sick.
Yeah, this is the Warforged Scion, the one that's exuding this bestial presence. It's looking at you, Ball, and it kind of like nods to you, like it is thankful for you bringing the circlet to it, and is going to take an eye for Scory, who is right next to you, and just kind of slip past. I got to remember what these guys do because I built them. Hold on one sec.
You guys want some hyena fun facts while we're waiting?
Only if you do it as Zephyrus. Because I imagine you would just start espousing this stuff on the battlefield anyway.
Watch out for that hyena warforge. You see, the old hyenas, the females have a pseudo penis. They give birth out of a vestigial penis canal. They're a matriarchal society, and the females mount the males.
I actually knew
Zephyrus.
all of that.
Scory yells at Zephyrus, "This isn't helping. It's actually making things worse."
All right, and as you kind of turn back and yell
We get
at
distracted
Arthur,
looking for the Warforged dong.
the Warforged comes in, is going to make 2 swipes against you. Let's go ahead and go with the first one, which is going to be a 26 to hit, and the second
Is it next to the ball?
is a 26 to hit.
Both are
next to ball.
26s?
Both it rolled a 19 on both of those just now.
Is it next to chain? Either one of them?
No, this one right here. So it's next to you, but chain is just behind you. That's going to be 20 damage as it just pounds into you, almost knocking you back onto the ground. You are able to kind of defend, but it has crushed some of your armor and caused blood to start running from somewhere inside of your armor.
Did you say it does 20 damage?
20 damage.
Okay.
And the
This
second that
thing,
happens,
yeah.
is that would that unfurl shadow chucks? Because since he attacked?
There's no enemy near you.
Yeah, but I can throw him.
Oh, then yeah, if you want to throw it at that guy, if
Yeah,
that's what you
I'm
want to
gonna
have your
throw-
ready action be.
I'm gonna throw both of my chucks. And let's see here. +6. So we've got 4. So we've got a non-natural 20 and then a 17 + 6, a 23 to hit.
23 to hit? Yeah, 23
and
definitely hits.
non-natural 20 to hit.
Are you how are you checking twice?
I have dual wielding, so I have 2 pairs of chucks.
Gotcha. So yeah, on your turn, you can use your bonus action to use the other pair of chucks,
Oh,
but
okay.
as the reaction, it'll just be the one.
Okay. Then
And I think yeah, and
Okay,
I think
then it
only
would be
one
the
of them should be
non-natural
shadow
20.
chucks.
the non-natural
And-
20 to hit.
That'll hit definitely.
Great. And then we go like this. Shadow chucks commence. +3. So that's 8 points of shadow chuck damage, piercing, if that makes a difference. And
Okay.
I throw him out there. It hits him, and I'm like, back off of my friend, bozo.
So yeah, you as it's tearing into Scory, yeah, the chucks pierce into it and knock it aside.
Hey. And that's the one with the circlet, right?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
the scion there.
I'm gonna be targeting that circlet the next time I attack.
Okay.
For show. I've had experience.
Yeah. Next up, Scory, you are back on your feet with this thing right in front of you.
Yeah, I'm not too happy with it. So I steel myself, I dig in my feet, and I clap my hands together in the direction of the scion, and I cast Thunder Wave.
Okay.
Nice.
And it needs to make a con save. 13.
13. It's gonna make it. It's 20 is what it gets.
Okay. So it'll take half this damage.
Half the damage.
That
Okay.
I'm about to tell you. So half of 18, 9 damage. And I guess it's not blown back or anything, is it?
No, it just takes the
Okay.
half damage. Yep.
In that case, what I'm going to do after that is I'm going to lick my wounds and use my bonus action to do what do you call it? Oh, Misty Step, and
Oh, all right.
go right here.
All right. So yeah, you send out a blast of force onto this thing, and it kind of tries to steal itself and remain in place as you just kind of turn and blink out of existence and appear between Riff and Wolf.
And that's my turn.
All right. The Warforged are up next. These ones here are going to charge at you, Wolf.
Oh no.
This one is going to charge at Chain. So the first two that are going to attack Wolf. Yeah, there we go. That's going to be a 7 and a 13 to hit.
They both miss.
Both miss. And then on Chain is going to be 14 to hit.
No.
All right. Those ones, kind of charge forward and just wildly swing. And Chain just kind of turns into a ball. And Wolf, you just parry these attacks with your axe. They don't do anything. This one here is going to kind of sneak around and go after Arthur. This one is going to go after Crag. That's going to miss Crag. And then 16 versus AC against Arthur.
Quick question, because I don't have it in front of me, but my Void Soul ability to... Is that an action?
I don't think it's an action. I think it's a bonus action. I'd have to look it up.
Okay, I was just in the middle of doing that. Unfortunately, we talked about it in chat, so I don't have the... Oh, well, whatever. The point being, I probably can't do it right now.
I don't think you can do it as a reaction.
Okay. 16 to hit. It hits.
Hits perfect. And you're going to take 6 damage as it kind of just runs in and swipes at you. You feel it. It's like throwing a fist, but then it's this sharp pain that kind of cuts into you. It looks like it doesn't even connect, but it's some sort of like spectral apparition comes in, and that's what's actually doing the damage.
Damn. Okay.
After that is Wolf. You are standing toe to toe with 2 of these.
I'm going to rage.
Perfect.
I'm raging, and I'm going to attack that guy. Do you see that?
Yep, you're going after that one.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to attack him. I'm not going to reckless attack or take a -5. It'll just be a straight attack. So we're going to do that. That is a natural 1.
Ooh.
So that sucks.
Yeah, so you kind of parry this the blow from this thing, and then you come down with your axe and it just gets stuck in the sand, just wildly missing as this thing kind of just bops out of the way.
So I can't take my extra attack then?
No, you can absolutely take your extra attack.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like stuck in the sand.
Oh no, that's
okay. All right.
for
Well then,
narrative
yeah.
flair.
I'm gonna take my extra attack then.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be a 16.
16. That just hits.
Yes. Sweet. Okay. So let me get. Where is it? Okay. Sweet. And that is going to be 10 slashing damage on him. That will be the end of my turn.
10 slashing damage. That's all the damage you get on that?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't roll too hot.
Okay. You got like all your bonuses from the rage and all that.
Damn.
Yep. Yes.
I'm right. Okay. Hold on. Okay. After that, Arthur, you're up.
Okay, this is a stupid question since we've been using Roll20 for so long, but when I'm moving, can I use the ruler tool to calculate my move distance? Or do I need to move in?
Move by squares. Yeah. That's how the enemies are going to move. That's how you guys are going to move. If I was smart, it would all be hexagonal, but,
You had a busy day.
It's all good. There's just no easy place for me to move. I'm gonna go. Whoops.
Oh, and I will say, sorry, just to back up a little bit, with that hit that you did do on the Warforged, since it was an attack on your turn, Crag also fires an arrow at that thing, dealing some damage.
Oh, cool. Okay, sweet. Yeah,
he's got his, he's over by the other side, but when he attacks the same one that you're attacking.
Oh, okay, cool. All right.
Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to essentially cast Hex so that I can trigger my Tempestuous Magic. But looking at the map, so my Tempestuous Magic, when I cast a level 1 spell, it allows me to fly 10 feet away without triggering opportunity attacks.
Okay.
And essentially, I'm trying to figure out a way that I can move without triggering this guy by basically flying away and then also running away later.
Mm-hmm.
Am I kind of blocked by doing that by these guys, or can I go diagonally, or?
You can go diagonally. That's fine. Yeah, that's not an issue. You can go to any space that you are adjacent to.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So in that case, I'm gonna go ahead and hex the hyena, the scion rather.
Yeah. Put a little hex mark on him.
And so yeah, now he is ready to get boboed. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna fly out of reaction range right. Yeah, that's perfect. And then I'm gonna use my movement speed to go here. Then I'm gonna use, since Hex is a bonus, I'm gonna use Eldritch Blast
On the Scion there.
Correct. Okay.
There we go. Now I can see everybody.
Okay, so at this level, I think I get to do 2 beams, which I think. Do I have to make 2 attack rolls?
Two
for that?
2 attack rolls. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, you're able to send off 2. Or some other cantrips, they just increase the damage. You increase the amount of times you attack.
Okay.
Now blow into your microphone.
Sorry. Okay, first one is a 23 to hit.
Hey,
That's gonna hit, definitely.
Okay, and the second one is a 14 to hit.
That one's gonna miss as it flies off into the trees.
Okay. Then damage for that one is I think it's just 7. Yeah, 7.
7 damage. It takes it.
Force damage.
Force damage. Yeah, you smack this thing.
Plus hex.
Your
damage.
hex damage.
So 2 necrotic.
2 necrotic. Okay. 6. Okay. All right. Does that do it for your turn?
Yes, sir.
Ball, you're up next. You've got this Scion right in front of you. Chains backing you up, and Scory's just teleported away.
Yeah, I'm going to move next to Wolf there, in between those Warforge.
Okay.
And then I'm going to say, well, this worked pretty well for you last time, Wolf, and I'm going to go ahead and cast Enlarge on myself.
Hey.
I'm going to need to take that circlet back from you. And then I'm going to have Chain move, so he's flanking with me against the big one, and he's going to make an attack.
Gotcha.
And he rolls a natural 1.
Nice. So you cast Enlarge on yourself, you said?
Yes, it makes me a large creature.
So yeah, you just bust into this space, pushing kind of Scory back. And then Chain came around and attacked this one here.
Oh no,
I
thought it was all on the Scion.
No, I wanted to move up next to Wolf. There in between the 2.
Wolf is right here.
Oh, is that Wolf?
That's Wolf there.
That's Crag.
That's
Crag.
Oh, that's Crag. Sure, that's fine.
You like where you are here?
No, I don't like where I'm at. I want to be near
tell me where you're wanting to go.
Yeah, I want to go there.
Right there.
Yeah.
And then
you're
orange. Okay.
And then
So you
have-
push Crag and this Warforged in that space. And then you
So
want to
sick.
send Chain on the other side of the
right there. Yep.
right there. Okay.
So
All right.
Does he have advantage since he's flanking?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Sure.
so it's not a natural one.
Yeah. I knew I was gonna get there. I knew Chain had advantage.
So 24.
24 is gonna hit.
Oh, nice. So that's going to be 11 force damage.
Damage as it just blasts into this thing's behind.
And that is all I can do.
All right. So yeah, you kind of just you take a few steps, and each step just you grow larger and larger, and just beat down on this Warforged Chain, helping you from the other side there. Rhypherian, you are up next. We are back at the top of the turn order.
Cool. I'm going to run straight at that thing and run up its body and try to take the circlet off its head like I did before.
All right. To give me let me double check what I put down here. Enemies of the wastes. So yeah, give me an athletics check to try and pull this off of it.
Great.
Ooh.
18 plus 6. 24.
18 plus 6. Yeah, that is definitely going to beat it. As you pull the circlet off of it, it just turns and snarls at you. And as you pull it off, the snarl kind of fades and it just kind of tilts its head at you. They all seem pretty upset still, but this one, you see its limbs kind of going back to the normal Warforged shape.
Okay. As a
And actually, in doing that, you see this one fall. The amount of damage it has taken, it is dead.
Oh,
Awesome.
It just falls on the ground.
You kicked it right in its vestigial pseudo penis riff.
that I did, Mr. Zephyrus. That I did. I'm going to as my bonus action cast Expeditious Retreat, and I'm gonna kind of like use that to like make sure that I don't know, I'm not in harm's way of anybody else, because I want to put that thing in my back.
Where do you want to go? Because with that you have a little more movement plus the movement from Expeditious Retreat.
Yeah. Basically, I'm gonna go into. Can I move my guy? No. I want to go into like the I'm assuming these are the trees, the gray things over here.
Yeah, that's the tree line, and then
I'll kind of like just like basically like zip right by Chain, and kind of like hunker down in there and get that into my backpack and close it up so no one can like take it off of me.
You can kind of hide behind one of the trees here. You're starting to get into the muddy terrain that's a little more difficult to move.
Yeah,
through.
I go
So you
straight
get kind of
Arnold
the
and
edge of that.
Predator, so they can't see me.
Yeah, there you go. After that, Scory, you are up.
Yeah. I am going to, thankfully that Scion is no longer a threat. I am going to cast on this gentleman right here. This Warforged. I'm going to cast, where did it go? Call Lightning.
Hey.
Ooh.
And so both that particular one and the one in the spot next to him need to make a dexterity saving throw for 13.
Okay, the first one is going to be 19 plus its dex, and the next one is going to crit.
Hey.
What is the deal?
I was using my bad dice too. I was thinking, it's like, these guys aren't as
Okay.
good. I'll use the bad dice.
Well, they still take some damage.
All right.
thankfully, So, let's see here.
Look at these dice. 19. Yeah, I've rolled a lot of 19s
Yeah.
today.
So what for visual sake, what happens is you see Scory's eyes go white, and much like Storm from the X-Men, a cloud starts to appear, a large cloud. It's like a full-on storm coming in, but it's a 60-foot radius, and it's centered over that one that I indicated. and a bolt of lightning shoots down from the storm that I conjured and hits him, and then arcs into the one next to it as
The one
well.
next to him. All right.
Nice. By the way, 60 foot. That's like our whole battle map. Good job.
I'll
I
get
don't know if
the
you guys
highlight.
can see my sweet ruler tool, but
Another 9 lightning damage. 'Cause
9 lightning damage.
I had a total of 18 again.
Gotcha. 9 and 9. So yeah, you've dealt. We've got damage on all those ones down there now.
that's sick.
So yeah, they each take. I assume they each take the same amount.
Yeah, they'll take the same amount. Same
Do
damage
I-
overall.
Do I still have my sweet ass Air Genasi Weather Sense feat now that I'm a Void Soul Genasi?
Probably, yeah. I don't remember what we talked about when we talked about that, but
I don't know. It
You
was
should-
something we
you
never quite settled on.
yeah, there, at some point I should have been given a character sheet to approve or not approve. Well, but at
I'll
this
I'll
point,
send you something tonight or tomorrow.
yeah,
I
at this
got it
point,
in front of me.
you're not too concerned about the weather and what it may or may not be.
I should
being
mention that I am concentrating and I'm going to keep this storm up so
Okay.
I can use it again.
Yeah, so if you take
Should I
damage,
need to?
you'll make a concentration check and so
Yeah,
keep
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Keep it
And that's it for me.
concentrating. And you want to stay right there? Any sort of movement that you want to take?
No, I think that's good.
Next up are these Warforged. The one that you called lightning down on is going to move towards you and
Of course.
make an attack.
It's called Lightning Rod from now on.
14 versus AC.
Miss.
And then the other two are going to attack you, Wolf. That's going to be 9 and 8 versus AC.
Now.
This one is going to get on the other side of Ball. And they're both of them are going after you, Ball. You are a big threat. Actually, this one
Literally.
is not. This one's going to go there. This one's going to make a wide berth and try and get right next to Riff. Ball, you can make an opportunity attack against them.
That's going to be 15.
15? That just misses. So you kind of hit down with your fist, and it just out of the dust scampers away and is heading towards Riff, holding the circlet. Uses both his action as move to get there, so it doesn't do anything. The other one is going to make an attack against you, Ball, which is
Miss,
19
baby.
versus AC. Oh, very good. And yeah, so it tries to attack. You just kind of grab its hand and just push it down away from you. There we go.
I'm Mr. Ball.
Buddy.
I'm big.
Right.
And Wolf, you are up next after that.
Okay, I'm going to attack that same guy, except this time I'm going to reckless attack and take a -5. We're going all out, baby.
Do it, yeah.
Yes, that's a non-natural 20.
That hits.
Sweet. Okay, and we'll roll damage, which isn't the best, but that's okay because I've got a bunch of other goodies. 7, 8, 9. Okay, 19. And then my divine fury damage. So that's going to be 25 total damage.
Oh, you smashed this thing. You cut it in half.
Nice.
And then because of my great weapon feat, when I drop on a critical or when I drop someone to 0, I can make another attack as a bonus action.
Fantastic.
So I'm going to turn and attack the one next to me.
Okay.
And this will just be a straight attack. And that is going to be a 26.
That's going to hit.
Okay, and then damage. Ooh, that one's way better. That's going to be 14 damage to him.
14 as you come back down, you cleave into that one and it falls as well.
So I still have my extra attack.
You
though.
still have an extra attack, yeah. You've
So
got
I'm gonna
one
move,
more next to
I'm
you.
gonna move to the other one and attack him.
You kind of as you hit that one and kind of cleave it in half, you turn a bit and you get into a flanking position with a Scory.
Sweet.
Advantage?
So it'll be just a straight roll.
Cool.
Oh, so I
Wait.
don't get advantage?
Yeah, doesn't he for flanking?
I thought you took the reckless, which would give you disadvantage.
It's only on the first attack.
Oh, gotcha. I thought it was for all the attacks on there. So then, then you get advantage.
Sweet. Okay.
All right.
And that is going
Reckless
to
gives you
be
advantage.
a 24 to hit.
Oh, yeah. 24 to hit. Definitely hits.
Okay, and then that guy is going to take 12 damage.
12 damage. And that one as well goes right down.
Yes.
You just, in a whirlwind of axing, you have destroyed the 3 of those that are there. You got
That's
2
amazing.
more left. Did you want to move anywhere?
And then I'm going to use my fast movement, and I'm going to go all the way over to the one next to Crag. So right,
Yeah. You
I can't click.
get there, and you can even flank with Crag.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Flank with Crag.
All right. After that, Arthur, you're up.
Oh, thank God it's my turn. First, I'd like to use my bonus action to put my hex on this one.
Okay.
Since the other one died before the spell ended. Anyway, and then let me get out the measuring tape here real quick. Okay, no problem. I'm just gonna 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm just gonna keep moving away just in case. So you can go ahead and just put me, there, I guess.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the one I hexed, which has 120 foot spell range. So.
Oh yeah.
Or no, yeah, 100. Anyway, I can hit it. It's either
You can
90 or
definitely
100.
hit it. Yeah,
Okay.
there's no need to worry about the distance on there.
I don't know why I've never used the range before. See, this is why I died. So you all can tell that Arthur's learning. Oh, yes. 23 to hit on the first one.
Hey.
That hits.
And then 18 to hit on the second.
That hits as well.
Nice.
Oh, God. Yes. That felt so good.
Gross.
Oh my God. Okay, this sounds super unbelievable, but I rolled 10s on both of them. That's 24 damage.
Nice.
I can show them. I can show the.
Oh no,
camera.
I believe you. I believe you.
And then a 1 necrotic damage.
1 necrotic damage. So yeah, you kind of you take a few steps back, and you kind of are aiming, and you take a few steps back, and you make sure that you've kind of pulled the mists onto this Warforged to curse it, and you let out 2 surges of this golden energy, this golden like copper energy, as it impacts him and kind of like spins in one direction, and the second one impacts and just blows a hole through its torso and falls dead on the ground.
Hey.
Oh yeah, that's
One
the
left.
stuff. All right, that's my turn.
Ball, you are up next.
Yeah, so I don't think you're going to be getting that circlet, so I'm going to punch this guy in front of me. 18.
18 is gonna hit.
$14 bludgeoning. Nope. 14 bludgeoning damage.
14 bludgeoning damage.
And
So-
second,
Yeah, go ahead.
second attack. 10.
10's gonna miss.
And then I'll go ahead and have chain move up on him and attack him as well.
All right. Yeah, you come down and just with this massive fist punch into him, and it just kind of like comes up, and Chain's gonna roll over. And what does Chain do?
11.
11. He rolls over and just kind of positions himself there. You see him try and attack, but something's gunked up in him, and it's just puff of smoke blows out of him.
And that's it.
Rhypherian, you are up next, hidden in the tree line.
All right. I am I'm gonna make sure I get that circlet inside of my backpack.
Okay. Yeah, you spend a bonus action and you stow it safely, securely into the backpack.
And then I'll use my movement speed to, move out so I can throw my chucks at like that last one or whatever.
Yeah, you can get within 30 feet of it, and it's heavily engaged with your allies. You can definitely get a shot in on it.
Cool. So, gosh darn it. I need to print this out. I need to go get more ink for... It's so annoying on a computer. Sorry. Plus to attack, plus 6 to attack. So, 21?
21 hits? Yeah,
Great.
definitely.
And then that is 5 plus 3, so 8 points of Shadow Chuck piercing damage.
So yeah, you fling these chucks out, and they kind of disappear into the shadows and reappear as they hit this Warforged, and it just knocks its head back, and it falls on the ground as like Gallendale's over there as well, just kind of like motioning at it with some like shadow energy as it kind of pulls some of that energy from it, and the chucks reappear in your hand. And that kills that one as well, as the silence kind of falls over this
Got him.
forested area.
Take that, suckers.
And you guys take a breath and you look around and you don't see any other creatures in the forest, but this kind of odd sense of dread just kind of just fills the air. It was an odd thing. You've seen these Warforged a ton. You have seen them as enemies, as soldiers, as prison guards, as pieces of bodies. This time they were something else entirely. They had a whole different demeanor when you fought them.
Almost as if they're being possessed by creatures of the forest or something.
There's some kind of spiritual essence about them.
Mr. Wolf, are you going to take one of their heads?
Well, also grab the circlet while we're at it.
I've got the circlet. It's in my backpack.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Well, perhaps it would be best if we took one of their heads for study.
Grab the hyena's heads. Maybe it
go.
doesn't look that different anymore. I think the limbs and all that.
Yeah, he changed
became
back.
different.
When
All
I-
right,
when I
fine.
grabbed
Could I do some kind of check on these, because I'm very interested, because would I have fought Warforged like this before?
Ever
Or-
like this? No. It was
I want-
always like the ones that were outside of the tavern. They were very,
Yeah.
can I
do
logical and
some kind of,
mission
like,
focused?
Check on them to see if I sense something about them, or maybe I guess from Wolf's perspective, maybe he's gonna look for something mechanical that's different about them.
Yeah, if you want to give me an investigation check, maybe you've definitely seen dead Warforged many times, have looked through them.
Okay, yeah, I'm just
yeah.
gonna kind of rifle through the pieces that I splintered.
And Riff will make her way over to Mr. Ball. She wants to talk to him when Mr. Wolf is done.
That's an 18.
18. So yeah, you take a look at the ones that came and attacked you, not the ones that had died before. Looks like these have had a few more battles than the other ones. You see a lot of dents and damage on them. It looks like they've been out here for a while. They're also a lot dirtier. You see kind of mud caked on them in odd places, and on their backs, on their back plating, you do notice some odd kind of markings. You've never known Warforged to have markings, but these are kind of like markings made of dried mud that are on these Warforged, which is odd behavior. You've never seen anything like that when you've fought them before.
Do I recognize these markings as anything?
They look like
they-
they're from like smaller tribes that you may recognize that are probably present in the mountains between the wastes and Usama. Goblin tribes, kobold tribes, orc clans, things like that.
sure.
Well, if they're from the mountains, as a Goliath, I would be pretty familiar with mountainous regions. That's kind of my.
Mm-hmm. So
That's where I live.
the mountainous region between the Waste and Usama houses a lot of odd creatures. So goblin types, orcs,
Right.
and they have a kind of tribal iconography that this relates to.
Okay.
Nothing specifically from your homeland. Nothing from the mountains that you grew up in. More from the
Okay.
mountains on the edge of the wastes.
Okay, I relay this information to everybody.
Is it possible that perhaps these tribes, the mountain tribes, repurposed these warforged in some way or another? Perhaps some kobold shaman or another possessed this warforged through the power of the circlet or something of that nature?
That's what I'm believing.
Yeah, that's a good idea. The other thing is, they seem to be powered or possessed by some spiritual essence. The hyenas, the sounds, the mannerisms and whatnot. Is that something you could be familiar with, Scory? The way that they maybe commune with nature?
I haven't heard of anything quite like this, but let me ponder that for a moment. DM?
Yeah. If you want to give me an intelligence check or a wisdom check, if there's a
Okay.
skill that you're proficient with that you want to add, to try and get a sense of what might be going on here.
Don't roll intelligence because you're a half.
While he's doing that, can I transcribe or just rip the back plating off one of these and keep it with me so I can
Either or is pretty easy to do. Yep. Definitely.
I look over at I look over at Ball and I'm like,
Looking at you intensely.
anyone have a pen?
Yeah,
Paper?
I've got a few. Yeah. Here.
All right, I'll transcribe it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna transcribe it.
Okay.
But as soon as Ball looks away, I'm gonna rip the back plating.
I was gonna say you rip it off and then transcribe it.
You got to use every part of the Warforged.
That not this
I got-
waste.
I got an 18.
And what kind of check did you go for?
It doesn't matter. I got the same on wisdom and intelligence.
Oh, really?
For
Okay.
it, so,
What's your wisdom and your intelligence?
well,
I'm trying to remember.
for it's a +5
Good lord.
For what?
for medicine, for nature.
So yeah, that's what I guess. Yeah. So
Yeah.
roll an
so
intelligence
those are both.
or a wisdom check. If there's a skill you're proficient in that you want to add, tell me what that skill is.
Nature.
Nature. Perfect. And so 18 with that. Perfect.
Nice try,
Um,
bro.
So yeah, you kind of look over
End
these
up
things
Using it.
and
I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
you come up with the same kind of thoughts that this is some sort of tribal iconography. It's not specific to any one thing. It seems very similar to druidic in some ways, but not druidic. It's not a form of druidic writing. It is kind of the base alphabet almost that a druid would use.
Where's Strix in all this? Is he back home?
Strix is taken after the library.
Okay. Oh, that's right. And the mud
Strix is hanging out
markings
with
or whatever.
Probe.
That's
Yeah.
what you're taking a look at. Yeah,
Oh.
is you take a look at the mud markings on
Okay.
the backs of these things.
And you mentioned that there are some orc tribes that do this sort of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Do I know of any orc tribes that have similar markings?
I mean, yeah, the tribes that
Or
you
that
would
value
know
that.
would use similar things. Kind of the outskirts of the wastes
Mm.
has a not a unified culture, but there are different pieces of that of their common language, and these markings are one of those.
Okay.
When they go ahead.
I was gonna say, can I show these markings to Crag, since he kind of is a wilderness kind of guy?
Yeah, Crag's more familiar with the wilds of Usama. He doesn't have much to offer
With the
for
mountains.
it.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
All right.
I will have made
these
my way
seem
over
much
to,
more like a southern kind of iconography.
Okay. All right.
You said we're on the edge of a forest, right?
Yeah, there's kind of a small group of trees that extends out just past you guys.
Okay. Are there any animals nearby that I can find?
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
At this point, I'll have made my way over to Mr. Ball because I want to talk to him.
21.
21. Okay, yeah. So you're taking a look out there. Riff, well, yeah. Go ahead and walk over to Mr. Ball there.
I'm gonna walk up to Mr. Ball and go, so, you see anything like this before? That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, there's the circlet. We know that it has some kind of power.
Uh-huh.
I'm surprised he was able to take it away from me so easily.
I was surprised I could get it off him so easily. Anyway, are these Warforged, like, do you think, like, what if we tied one up and, like, kind of, like, kept it, like, you know, with our cart and stuff? We could put it on the top, tie it to the top. Do you think it'd be something like our crazy mad scientist Torlin, whatever his name was?
Tiernan.
Do you think he'd like, maybe he could like do some research on these, like, because since they're different, I don't know, maybe there's something we're missing or that he would recognize?
Well, Riff, I think the markings that Wolf and Scory found are probably the things that make these ones different specifically.
Sure. But, you know, like for his collection of robots, like, I don't know, maybe there's something that could help him. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
I don't really want to give him more than he already has, in all honesty. And the things that I'm already taking from these other Warforged, I already feel a little guilty about.
Okay.
I'm kind of okay with just leaving them here in the forest and letting them become one with the world again. It's an interesting idea, though, Riff.
All right. And
I'm behind Ball and I'm looking at Riff and I'm just waving like the back plate. I'm like nodding my head.
Yeah.
I'm putting in my satchel.
And then I go, okay, Mr. Ball. And then I'm going to walk over to Mr. Wolf. I'm like, that's what's up.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'll just give him this.
Can I get the circlet back again?
What's up?
Can I get the circlet back again?
I don't know. Seemed kind of weird. I don't know. You seemed weird last time. I think I'll hold on to it for a little while until we.
Well,
can
it could be useful to sense other Warforged in the areas as we travel.
I agree with Mr. Ball. He could be like our alarm for the other Warforged.
Like
in case we want to hunt them down.
He becomes power hungry and possessed, and then we have to destroy Mr. Ball.
Well, that'd just be an added benefit of him wearing it then.
It doesn't seem to have the same power over me as it has over these other nearly people Warforged.
All right.
I'm a real person, and I have my own thoughts and feelings, and it doesn't...
What if we drew those symbols on Mr.
power.
Ball's backplate?
No.
And see what it did? That's an interesting idea.
Can we carve
That's
into
not
you?
what we're going to do, no.
Well, we could just scrape them off if things go south, Mr. Ball. I don't understand.
No.
All right.
I've already been tied up once today. I don't want to do it again.
What if we write those
Not that
symbols on
kinky.
Mr. Wolf's back and see maybe if it just is like, you know. Eh?
Yeah, you can totally do that. I don't care.
Mr. Ball, you're the artist.
If that's what you really want to do, Mr. Wolf,
But now, if it goes haywire, I will kill all of you.
Oh, maybe
do we
he's
get to tie you up too? I mean,
maybe we should do it on the weakest party member, Mr. Telbrun.
Scory's kind of wandered off a little bit, is looking into the tree line while you are all having this conversation.
I'm
You're gonna
gonna
look
pull
over,
out my inks and stuff and
start
like
putting
ask,
some markings
Wolf,
on.
Yeah,
I mean, that's not the
note
craziest
down.
idea I've ever said, right? We should maybe try it on somebody other than Mr. Ball.
Let's
Mr.
see what
Ball's
happens. Why
Oh
not?
boy, yeah. Let's give the guy that can TPK us like extra weird demon powers or something.
How about we put it on me then? I'm already kind of fucked up, you know? Like, y'all just write it on my back. I've seen the other side, you know?
Y'all, I've been to hell once.
What are you guys doing? What's the plan of attack here?
I'm gonna just say overall, let's maybe not. Let's just, we have the runes written down or the markings. let's not write it on anything.
Yeah.
Because I mean, what if we end up having to kill one of our own team members?
You just scrape it off.
That would
It's not
just be
big of a
awful.
deal.
Yeah. I mean, you took the circlet off of me. I mean, it's not that big of a deal.
I mean, if you write it, don't put ink like Mr. Ball wants to do. These people have mud markings and stuff. Just write it on
okay.
the
I'm gonna
mud.
walk over to Scory and ask him what he sees in the tree line, if he's got a
Yeah.
sense. Because like
Yeah,
they
you're
start
all talking
arguing
about
and,
runes and where to place
and
them.
my little kid,
what to
I'm
do.
just like I'm out. I'm going to go
Um,
talk to someone else.
you go up to Scory, kind of ask him what's going on, what do they see, and Scory, you just kind of say, just hold on one sec. And as you look, you've been focusing out into the forest, and you're trying to take a look and see if there's any animals, see if there's any life in there. It's just these kind of spindly trees, and you just for a moment just kind of sit and watch for any kind of movement, and you just see like some bug just kind of fly up off of somewhere in the distance, and you kind of look down where that is, and you see matted fur probably about 50 feet away from you,
Uh-oh.
just kind of
Definitely
on the side.
Bigfoot.
Okay. Well, first, or I guess as I'm walking, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do it at second level.
Okay.
I got 14, so that's not bad. Actually, pretty darn good. Okay. And what do I see as I approach this downed beast?
Yeah, kind of as you approach, you get maybe 25 feet from it, and you can see kind of in the divot up ahead where this thing is laying. Half of its fur is gone, and it's just kind of skeletal, and there's this dry fur that is part of its torso and kind of comes up to its mouth and jaw, and it's this skeletal remains with a bit of flesh of a hyena.
Oh shit!
And you see just little bugs kind of that are eating on it, flying away off in the distance.
Riff's gonna tug on Scory's like jacket or whatever. Be like, so what do you think it is?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's maybe the physical embodiment of what we just fought over there. This looks like a hyena to me.
Check for
I don't want to
penis.
try to. I grab it by the scruff of whatever I can, and
Sure,
I want to
yeah.
drag it to the party.
Yeah.
And
So you
say,
kind of grab it, and it's easy enough to pick up the back legs, and the bones kind of fall away. So it's just
Yeah.
the front torso and legs that you're able to carry with.
God.
and I would pop out of the woods. I don't know where Riff is in all this.
Oh, I'm just
but,
following you.
Riff's been
Okay.
following you out there. Yeah.
Hey guys,
I-
look what Scory found.
I pop out of the woods, and then I toss down the carcass and say, I think they maybe sacrificed this and took on its form somehow, or maybe there was somebody hiding in the forest while we were fighting these guys and was controlling them from back there.
Oh, could have been. Oh, a mad mage.
Or like maybe the spirit of this hyena like found its way into these Warforge, and that's kind of what maybe not powered them. The circlet obviously is the thing that powered them, but
Right.
it
They
enhanced them in a different way.
didn't seem
Right.
to change until he got the circlet on his head.
Have y'all ever heard of an ordinary animal ever manifesting in such a way? I mean, perhaps there are darker powers at play here. We are in the wastes. Perhaps we should investigate these woods a little bit more.
I think that might be wise. I'm curious. Actually, DM, how old does this kill look, and does it look like it was done by knives or other wild animals, or what?
Give me a medicine check.
Can I have advantage?
You can have somebody help you. Yeah.
I'll
I
help.
could have
Can't be
probably helped you
me.
with that.
Sorry, bro.
Yay.
Looks like me.
Yeah, I do have training in
If
nature.
Yeah.
Can they just roll my half?
Wait, what's that?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Is ball rolling or
Ball's giving you advantage.
Okay,
as you
okay.
kinda take a look at
I'm
it,
just
yeah.
helping out. Yep, see your thing.
that would be 13.
13. It's tough to say how long ago, especially in the desert. Things, decay at rates that you're not familiar with.
Right.
The fact that half of it was gone definitely means something odd happened. The rest of it, the lower half of it was just skeletal. And then this upper half was more similar to the soldiers that you found here. Probably a little fresher compared to those soldiers. That's what you're able to tell. Is it probably died after this conflict happened.
I'm going to ask Gallendale if he's ever seen anything like this in the forests where he was around.
Yeah, Gallendale just kind of kneels down at the body of this and is just intrigued by it. It looks interested and just says, "This is a funny animal. Gallendale has not seen this. It is new, interesting."
And is all rather interesting, Gallendale.
Did you say it's a funny animal on purpose because they laugh?
No, that's just what Gallendale said.
Okay. You're right. That's a Rhett joke. That's not a.
No, yeah. Gallendale just is intrigued by things.
Yeah.
A funny little creature is kind of how he says it.
I would like to start skinning whatever I can. I'd like to take not the head, but like the skin of it, and kind of so I can wear it.
Yeah, easy enough to do. You can spend probably 10-20 minutes on that, and
Nice.
You're able to cut it cleanly.
You're also weirdly comfortable with bodies and taking things apart. I don't know about
Well,
this.
Yeah,
sometimes.
he is a little freak. We've established that.
Yeah. Well, here's my thinking. This thing has already passed. It's not doing anything with it, so we might as well make use of it and honor it.
Well, its spirit did just possess a warforged and attack us, so
And we killed that too. So
Can you guys imagine what he's gonna do to our bodies if we die? Seriously, it
He
keeps
did
me
try
up.
to
It's
harvest
gonna be.
He did try to
Google
harvest my
about what-
bones, Mr. Wolf. I remember Willem telling me that he had to fend off Scoretelbrun from harvesting my bones for his rune sack.
I definitely think more about what Mr. Wolf would do with my head if I was to die. So.
yeah. See,
Oh.
I would be decent. I would at least keep you guys whole and just prop you up around the dinner table.
He would honorably use it in battle ball. That's what he
I'm the only one who dismembered people on behalf of someone else and not myself. All right?
Mhm.
Do we want to write those runes on me and just kind of see what happens at this point?
See if like the hyena
Roll the
possesses
dice.
you or something so rather.
Yeah,
I put the circlet on. Why don't I try this?
Exactly. Thank
It could
you,
give
Mr.
me.
Wolf.
It could give us better insight into what we're dealing with.
Perhaps it lends you the strength of a hyena when you fight.
I highly doubt that's going to happen. We're not that fortunate.
Definitely
enough.
don't seem to be that lucky.
It can't hurt. Now, Mr. Ball, let's go ahead and just, we'll
Well,
close out.
how about this? One of you hold my arm while the other writes the runes in like mud, and then if something
I've got a
weird.
perfectly nice forgery kit and all kinds of calligraphy tools. I can make it look really nice.
It's funny that
Perfect.
you refer to it as a forgery kit instead of
Perfect.
paint set.
Well, I want to
Right.
copy the material to exact specifications. So.
Uh-huh.
Put it on my forearm.
Does it have to be on the back, though? Because they was on their back.
All right, fine. How about this? I'll lay down, face down, and you guys sit on me while
I'll just
someone
straddle the
draws.
back of you. Yeah.
Yes.
I'll grapple him.
But I want to
Yes.
sit on you like I'm riding you, like a Goliath horse or something.
Well, Ball will have to because he's writing the runes.
All right, that's...
All right, so yeah,
you could
the
sit
group
on my shoulders.
all right.
begins to put some pressure on you, put some weight on you, so you can't move.
We
Ball
melt
is there to write the runes on your back. You've got the plate ready, so he knows which runes to use. And what are you using, Ball, to place these runes, place these markings onto?
I'll go ahead and use like a nice magenta colored ink and my calligraphy pens and make it look real fancy, real nice.
Okay. Yeah. So you put them down. You kind of take a stylistic approach to them because these are these things were made by large metal fingers that had various amounts of damage on them. So you kind of make a more you try and find what the intent was inside. Actually, go ahead and give me a performance check or a dexterity check.
23.
23. Yeah, you try and you divine what it is those markings might have been. And what's the highest level spell that you can cast?
Level 2.
Level 2. Do you have any level 2 slots available?
I have one available.
You no longer have that one available as you complete these markings.
Oh.
And you can actually feel some of the magic from you kind of pull in, and you have enchanted Wolf while you're doing this. It's a slight enchantment, but you definitely felt the transfer of magic. And Wolf, as he's kind of doing this, it takes probably 10 15 minutes to do. The markings are being put on you, and he kind of finishes them off. You get this odd sensation, and like the whole you're kind of looking down at the sand, and you kind of look up, and everything has a kind of a silvery hue to it. It's light. It's a very subtle change, but there's a silvery hue to the world around you as he finishes.
Riff's gonna bend down and look at him in the face, big. So, that's new.
The world looks different. Do I feel anything else? Do I sense anything else?
Give me an insight check.
What do you think, guys? Should I choke him or not?
14.
14. You're looking around, you look at Riff's face there. You don't see anything different. You're looking at the sand and the horizon. You don't see anything different. And then you get this sensation of knowing where something is. And you kind of, that rage that you had when you were fighting the Warforged, you just kind of remember that a little bit, that just moments ago you were fighting, because you were fighting that Scion, and that Scion is somewhere close, and you look at Riff and you're like, Riff, get down, it's right behind you, and you try and struggle out and try and grab Riff to save them and push him away, but you're held down, and you get a sense that the Scion is somewhere, and it is behind Riff.
I'm getting the feeling that the Scion is still here. It's behind you, Riff.
Could it be because the circlet's in my backpack?
In his bag. It has to be in your bag, Rafarian. He's talking about the circlet.
Right. So, what?
Can he sense other circlets? Mr. Wolf. Onward.
What?
You sense other
Like,
circlets?
I'll kind of like turn around, and I was like, is it still behind me? But I'll put my bag towards Mr. Wolf.
Yeah, as you turn, Wolf, you get the sensation. You can kind of focus in on it now, and you are sensing that circlet, and you are sensing whatever is inside of it.
No doubt while these Warforged were here and hiding, they were surveilling the battlefield to make sure it was clear for them to come and collect the... Oh, were they marked? These runes were marked on the Warforged by the mountain tribes to collect such a powerful artifact as a circlet.
Yeah, now I've got it.
This is sick as fuck.
Yeah, and the ruins that were drawn on them drew them here, and
Yes, give them the power to seek it.
and now you can sense that.
But the real question is,
Go
if,
full as will.
if Wolf can sense other circlets, that might be an invaluable asset to have.
Do I feel? Because you said I sense the Scion, but does that mean I like desire it?
No, you just get the sense of it. It's just a knowledge of its location.
Like a spider sense.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think you've used any spells that would be similar to this, but it's acting like some sort of magical enchantment.
Do we get the feeling that there are different markings for different circlets, or is this like a one size fits all?
You'd have to do more research probably. but at least looking at the markings on the Warforged, there's some variation to it, but the theme is the same. Seems like
Are
they're
there
all
any
marked.
markings on the circlet itself?
The circlet itself is pretty plain. It's got a jewel at the center of it, and then just has some simple markings on it for a magical item that you might be familiar with.
Circlets.
Do you sense any others around?
Do I need to give you some kind of like?
With the check that you had, that's the only one that you're sensing.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, you're not sensing anything else.
When I put on the circlet, I sense something in the far distance and the feeling of wind and the sea. Do you sense anything similar to that in your mind with this power?
I mean, I don't think so. I mean, the
Yeah,
only
the
real
wind
sensation-
and the sea is not something that you've sensed, but definitely the knowledge of the location is similar to what Ball is describing.
That's sick.
Maybe that's the tower that we have to go to. It's like the end, be all, end all. Yeah, that's the words.
Does
Sorry. The
Go ahead.
runes that he transcribed on my back, were they the same as all the other ones on the other Warforged?
They were the plate that you had taken off of one of them. They
Uh-huh.
were like that one.
can we check the other ones to make sure they all match up?
Yeah, like I was saying, so the ones they're all a little different, but they all have the same kind of overarching theme. There's like 3 symbols in the center along the spine, and then like 6 different symbols that trail off of it towards the arms and shoulders.
And we put it on his arm, correct?
No, his
You
back.
put it on my back.
On
I'm
your
face
back.
down.
And is it the same size, like same scale and everything?
It's best as Ball could do, yeah.
Okay.
It's similar, but
This is
I mean the ones
did
on Wolf are
very well,
much
thank you very much.
fancier. They're like the other ones was mud kind of drawn mud, typography with fingers.
All right.
This is
Finger painting.
yeah, finger painting. This what's on Ball, it looks like almost like a tattoo.
Nice.
It's well drawn.
Nice job, Ball.
It's
I can't see it, but it feels good.
he has a tramp stamp.
So maybe like
No.
I don't know. I mean, maybe we keep the symbols on Mr. Wolf, and he can kind of like sense if there's going to be like other circlets, because that probably means Warforged, or maybe that's
Right.
something like at the tower that we have to go to. I mean, it might be a good,
Right.
as long as he's
Well-
not like Mr. Wolf. You'll tell us if you're starting to feel weird, so we don't have to kick your butt.
Yeah, of course. I mean, unless it's too late, but yeah.
All right.
Well,
What
how
about
do you-
Miss?
how do you guys feel about making it a little bit more permanent?
Oh, perhaps we wait and see how long this one lasts, and then we can go ahead and get out the little, your hammer and your little.
Your Hawaiian tattoo. kit.
My bone needle.
Thank you. That's I was just like whatever you use for tattoos, I guess. A hammer. I don't know where I got that.
Hammer and chisel.
If at the end of this, if nobody's comfortable with doing it, you can do it on me, and we can kind of collect these symbols as we find them. If there are variations,
That might be a good
Yeah,
idea.
that sounds very interesting. Yeah.
We
We'll all
should
get tattoos.
We should wait and observe. Yeah, hey, we should
Together,
all
and the
get
group
have to be the
tattoo.
same.
Wow,
Yeah.
we should all get the mage's waist tattooed on our ass cheeks. What do y'all think about that?
Wasteland
mage's
adventure
waist.
on our cheek.
But I think that never mind. Damn.
Mage waste works really well. I mean,
yeah.
So do
cool.
you guys like want to get back on the road going to the tower thing, or
yeah, I think.
Is there
yeah, let's
anything
do
with
that.
this like half decayed hyena over here? I
Do
mean,
you
it's-
what
Oh, it's been skinned now.
can
Do we
can
want to?
I was just gonna say, if you want, I can show you where I found it. Maybe we can glean something more off of the. I didn't really investigate too much. I just saw it and came a running.
I mean, it is weird. Are hyenas even native to Usama? That seems like a rather strange animal to have running around.
Well,
here.
I mean,
I
we are in
think
the race?
Yeah, was it Gallendale or Somebody said that they hadn't
funny.
seen it before.
Yeah, definitely in Usama. There's no climates that would have hyenas, and Scory, you would know that you've heard at least tales. You've probably seen hyenas in the desert surrounding the wastes, in the different habitats that are near there.
So
the actual central wastes that the mages controlled before the war ended always were full of illusionary terrain.
Okay.
And so no one knew what was in there. And once all these illusions dropped, you were made aware that most of this was dead desert.
Interesting. And with the whole history of the books from the library at the chateau, were there ever any signs of hyenas as predators?
You wouldn't have seen any. They all dealt with stuff that was native to
specific to the area.
The Black Forest.
Okay.
What you came to find out.
Mr. Tobin, when I studied hyenas when I was in primary school,
cool.
I'm just telling you.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna rattle off some other fucking crazy fact.
Yeah.
That's why I know so much about the hyena culture.
Look, all I'm saying is the matriarchal, which is like, hey, that's cool. That's like progressive and all that.
Yeah. True story. Kelly and I were on a trip, and at like 4 a.m. in the morning, we heard yip yip outside our window. And the next morning we got out and we were walking, and there were hyena prints like the size of my hand.
See?
And it was terrifying. And this whole time.
Cool. So are we going to do anything, or are we going to get out of here?
Do we want to go into the woods before we do anything else, or no?
Arthur
I'll leave it up to you guys.
Arthur feels the need. I will say his interest is piqued because we have this interesting thing with the hyena spirit possessing the Warforged. We come over here. Here's the hyena. Maybe there's some more secrets in the woods that we can uncover. At least that's what Arthur is feeling. I don't know why he feels that, because it kind of runs contrary to his character, but it's kind of just an intriguing question that seems very conveniently laid out for his gentrified self to pick up on.
Well, maybe we should just head on to the tower and not do too many side things.
Yeah, as you guys are kind of talking about, you guys are spending a few minutes, putting the runes together. You're taking off pieces of the Warforged, gathering things. You take a look at where the hyena was laid. There's not much to see over there. It's just kind of dead muck that it's in. It's all kind of muddy terrain in this forest, and the forest doesn't extend for too far. It's probably about 80 feet wide, and then extends out for about 100 feet or so. And it's just these spindly forests. You can see the other side of it pretty well.
Okay.
Not much to see there, and so you guys decide to kind of pack up what you have and head towards the wastes.
We make note of it, and if we come across this sort of scenario again, then we know that it's part of the puzzle piece of whatever the bigger mystery is.
Yeah.
Plus, you have a circlet, homing device here, so
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And on that note, I would take some sort of bone from the hyena and start carving it into a tattoo needle in case everyone's serious and they want to get a group tattoo.
Yeah, definitely. Whatever bones you wanna write down that you took from the hyena, you had a full skeleton to work with, and then the front torso of skin that you pulled off. But you guys, set about on the carriage, and after about 10 minutes, Wolf, as you guys are heading out, you're kind of taking in this silvery hue on everything, and after about 10 minutes, it fades away.
Oh, okay. So maybe it's only temporary.
Yeah, it seems like it's the for it to be useful, magic has to be put into it, and so a second level spell will cause at least 10 minutes of you to be able to see that.
So it wouldn't matter that it's a permanent marking or not.
Unless we make aura tattoos.
Yeah, it's self-generating.
Well, we could add it, but apparently it's good for quite a while.
I like the idea
What about
that
At least a month.
Alex
I
is
mean,
fuck.
Seems pretty cool to me.
Can't wait to figure that out.
So yeah, as you guys are headed out on the carriage, you spin tales about what tattoos you are all going to get and where you might get them and what magical components you might put in there. But I think that's where we're going to leave it for today's episode as you guys head towards the wastes. Thank you for joining us around our proverbial podcast table, guys. I've been Alex. With me has been
Dash is Thrakis.
Bentley Michaels is Rafiri and Night Meadow.
Red is Arthur Magnus.
Caleb is Scory Telbrun.
And Milo is Ball.
Grab your swords and keep on adventuring.
Follow us across all platforms with Chaotic Amateurs. Please subscribe, rate, and review our show on your podcast app of choice to help us climb the charts and find new adventurers. Or become a patron on Patreon to help our heroes continue their quest. Thank you for listening to Chaotic Amateurs.